Two, one. Ready or not, here I come. Dad? Dad!
Although my addition did several chemical agents to the industrial headset resulted in a nearly 200% inflated strength, the method seems to have made the compound more unstable. The adhesive breaks down after approximately 60 minutes to a fine powder. I'm coming out of lots adds to the method by which.
Hey, Pete.
Morning, Uncle Ben.
Well, our little monitor bug is working. I think we got a future. Parker, your scientific vision and my electronics experience. Gee, I'd better run for cover.
Yeah, that's great. At least something's working.
Oh, the adhesive thing didn't work out, huh? Well, let's get some of your Aunt May's wheat cakes into you. Get the blood flow into your brain.
I know, I'm quite on this adhesive thing. Maybe more this added whatever it's slightly different proportions.
Yeah, well, just don't blow up the house, okay? We just finished paying for it.
I think that means.
Which one? Oh, morning, boys.
Morning, Aunt May.
Hey, Pete, maybe what your adhesive needs is a dash of your Aunt May's wheat cake batter. That's about as thick as cement.
I think it'll still break over your hard head, Mr. Parker.
Pete, turn up the volume of the TV.
Robbing the diamond district yesterday by the dog criminal who called himself the Bolton. We thought the bird's video imitated the wind belt when he wet right heat in its 60s. Aunt May.
I think
No,
it'll.
you take C, Ben.
See, Ben, you've been wondering what to do since you've retired. You could have joined that fella there, called yourself the turkey. You'd have something to do, and I would have all the eggs I need.
Hey, Parker, even with a second set of your eyes, you still can't manage to keep our way of progress, huh?
Sorry, I didn't know they detonated it straight a moron Clarkton.
We'll be home when I get there tonight.
I don't think they're done. We've got tons of work to do at the plant.
Dad, it's been 3 weeks since you've come home from the hospital, and we've barely had one dinner together.
Within the board bit's lifestyle only because of my dedication to my work, Harry. It's time you became a man and start working for me to hold your hand every night. Harry! Have a nice day, son.
Hey, Osborne, how goes it? Chilling, Flash. So what is it this morning? The Merc? The Beamer? The Rolls? The Merc. How about you, Parker? The Crosstown Boys or the Express?
Though at the dartboard outage today, wrote the stuff in the data gadgets. Please turn to page 120 in your textbooks. It is a general property of fluids that in applied sealing ports that produce its flow in the fluid is resisted by a force that it's proportional to the gradient flow of velocity in the fluid. This phenomenon is known as porosity. Maybe Mr. Parker can continue for what? That would be beautiful. Hey, Peter, are you coming to the Dividend at you today? I hear it's going to be simply gorgeous. I'll see you there. Parker, you are about to do yet another incredibly stupid thing. I thought it's the most stunning creature to ever grace the dirt with her footprint want to go to a giant it bitten with king at the pocket protectors.
Hey, Gwen, the outfit screams for a night party with Flash.
Glenn?
That's you, Irene.
Let me see. I'm busy, Flash.
That's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. The important thing is that you make up for it. What could better than the brace of Toms?
Well, if the genetics exposition at ESU doesn't work, maybe being gnawed but at the piranhas will do.
Genetic exhibition? Parker, this is your fault. You're like a disease spreading dim-whiteness to the unsuspecting victims.
Hold it, Brent. You want to fight?
Of course.
Then that's Clark split line. Hey, Parker. Yeah?
Nice one. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Michael Morbius. Research of myself and my colleague Dr. Curtis Connors have been dealing with the effect of various forms of radiation on the human genome. In recent years, we've seen the effects caused by such exposures. We all know the famous Dr. Reed Richards and his band of the superhuman adventurers. There is also evidence of an emerging number of individuals born displaying effects of genetic mutations. Our experiments are attempting to categorize consecutively out the various forms of radiation we may come in contact with all effort the human genetic structures so as to prevent future undesirable missteps, and at the same time, how the enhancement might be beneficial to the treatment of diseases or birth defects.
Dr. Ward. Hi, nice to see you again.
Well, that concludes the comedy portion of our show, folks. Let's give the fun boy a hand. And I'd like to bring Dr. Connors forward to continue with our exhibition.
Thank you. We're not completely certain why these extraordinary events have occurred. Perhaps it's a jumpstart the next step in man's evolution. Perhaps it's a reminder by a higher power that as man advances toward the future, we must remember that we are still children in the eyes of the universe. And that and our growth technology must be tempered with an relative. That's how little we truly know and how far we have yet to go. Perhaps it's a wake up call to us to be aware of all the little things that can go though easily change our fate and guide us toward our destiny.
Chris Connors, I'd like for you to be my most promising student, Peter Parker.
Well, aside from the temple toad, Stephen, I take a recommendation from Miles Warren to be a good thing. Thank you, sir. I think a big entrance made a memorable impression. I'm a huge admirer of your work, Dr. Connors. Doctor, did you excuse me for one moment? Hey! Ow! Ow! Trent. Trent.
Gwen, okay, let's see where my part is.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
So did you want to tell me something?
No, not really. It doesn't take you are completely convinced I was an idiot. I figured I'd remove all room for debate. I better bail before the roof falls in two.
Bright boy, but I need some social skills.
Well, I suppose dying will be the wonderful ending to the day I'm having. Whoa. Aunt May.
Oh yeah, let me find it. Peter, what's wrong? You've got a fever.
I got some kind of a bug bite.
What happened?
I think we can add bug bites to Peter's lists of allergies. Hun, grab the EpiPen. Well, you've got a pretty high fever, but you don't have any swelling or trouble breathing, so you might have a case of the flu. I'm gonna get you some Tylenol. Ben, make sure he stays still. If the fever doesn't go down in a few hours, we are taking him to the hospital.
Okay, dear.
Uncle Ben, if you really love me, just let me die.
Uh-huh. Is that the delirium talking there, Pete?
It's cool. Beautiful girl.
I think I see the cause of your fever.
Like jumping out of a dream. You ever meet someone like that?
Yeah, married her, as I recall.
She's even interested in science, and I made myself look like a total weirdo.
These things happen, Pete. You're not feeling about. Things like this can throw a situation all out of proportion. You rest up tonight. Things will be a lot different in the morning. I promise you.
I'll finish your homework. When?
Just about, Dad. Just about done. What are you doing tonight?
Me? Sitting down to a movie and taking over some police reports.
Need any help?
On my best cop? So, but
what?
Well, no papa wants to watch his little girl out the door, especially when they're grown into a teenage being. But I figured you want to spend that week some of your time with parents closer to your own age.
Pass.
What's wrong? I'm sure you don't ask for date requests.
No, plenty of requests, just not from the right sources.
Meaning?
Well, most of the guys who come at me are jock doofuses or wannabe playboys. Then there's this one guy, but even if he worked up the nerve to ask me out, I think he'd get us both killed. He's such a klutz.
But you like him.
I don't know. There's something different about him.
How's he doing?
Just like I thought, his fever is gone. He's sleeping like a log. A little Tylenol and honey lemon tea will do it every time.
The boy comes from good stock. The Parker men are strong as young oxen.
Don't I know?
What is it?
It's a guy on the police and wall crawling like a bug.
What are you talking about? You've been smoking like good weed.
Yeah, but back beside the point. That's really what the guy sticking on the freaking wall.
Let's get out of here, or his dope dreams be the last of these are problems. What are you doing, stupid? You're always drawing that thing in the top of the hat. That big man has no use for the stupid in this gang.
What the heck's the matter with you? Why didn't you stop any of them? Calm down, Val. You're paid to handle this kind of thing. I'm an innocent bystander. Innocent bystander? You don't give a crap about what happened to your own neighborhood. As long as they stay out of my house, it's not my problem. I'll take care of my own, but I'm not risking my neck for anybody else. If I had the time, I'd bust you for aiding and abetting. Not a good idea.
How you feeling, Pete?
Uncle Ben, there are no words for how good I feel.
Yeah, your Aunt Mary's remedies do work wonders. She learned them from her grandmother.
No, Uncle Ben, you don't understand. That's rocks.
No, honey, I'm a tea never did that for me.
It wasn't the tea, Uncle Ben. It was the spider.
A what?
The spider that bit me yesterday. Somehow it gave me its powers.
Wait a minute. You mean you eat flies and spin webs?
No, but I can do bits. And Ben builds bits.
Okay, I'm gonna go back outside this door. When I come back in, I want my real nephew to be here.
Uncle Ben, I know it does suck.
Peter, when you were 12, you tried to rewire the house to make it more energy efficient. That was a shock. There are no words for what I'm feeling right now.
Uncle Ben, no matter what I might physically, I'm still the same Peter I always was.
I know that, Peter.
I'm not sure what bit all means, but there's got to be something good in all this world. Beats powers.
But you have to remember all that comes with power, Peter. With great power comes great responsibility.
Well, of course, but we have a responsibility to ourselves, which then means so many good things, Butch. You, me, Aunt May.
May, Peter, you better keep this between us for right now.
But why?
Well, you know how your Aunt May got when you started puberty.
Burning candles and going to church twice a week.
Yeah, this is a little more extreme. Peter, the world by and large might not be ready for this.
But that was right, mate. The Fantastic Four.
They have lots of money. They have a lot of their tower of theirs. And more than that, they have each other. Whether you're on to me, you're alone in this. You don't know who might want to use or hurt you. For now, at least, this has to be our secret.
What are you going to have to do next?
Well, for now, just go about your normal routine. For Aunt May's benefit. Get ready for school. We'll talk about it some more tonight when you get home.
Thanks for bits, Uncle Ben. Bits and everything else.
This has got to be our secret. The damage sector E will require 3 months for to be repaired at a cost of $50 million. But this is nothing by comparison to the amount of money that the corporation has sank in the failed cold fusion project. It'll take us 2 years to both recoup the damages as well as get the project back on track.
Bye-bye back time to every chance, but Wuru's already in the development of the cold fusion protector. I understand that Star International is already at work on their own protector. StarKid's not at least a year away from building their protector. I know that mine is ready now. There was only with setbacks. But there was with setbacks. Norman, many on the board felt you were watching the text, and now the company is in a major financial bind because of it. I don't want to throw any I told you so into bits. I will go on record as any haven't said we were putting too many of our eggs in the cold fusion basket, gentlemen. Not to root my own horn, but it was my idea to focus more of our resources toward the development of our robotics division, of which you're the director, Dr. Strong. Well, Norman, what's for the defense? Even on the limited budget from which I have to work, we are key in the development of the robotic dinosaurs being used by Otto Octavius in his nuclear research work. Octopus arms. Both octopus arms have garnered major notice by the Defense Department. Well, now developing robotics for the government's use.
Please, gentlemen, we know that everyone here has nothing but the best intentions in mind for the company and our shareholders. And let's not forget that Norman was seriously injured during the accident involving the cold fusion processor.
Of course, but Be that as it may, Norman, as chairman of the board and president of Arts Corps, we need to teach them pretty fancy footwork on your part and in third order. Or after this, we continue the direction in which Arts Corps is moving. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Norman Osborne. We are here today for the first test one of the Arts Corps Code Fusion Protector. If successful, the protector will be a self-replicating energy source capable of providing power to a small city for up to 10 years for a fraction of current costs and with minimal maintenance. And now, of its the future of energy protection begins. Wait, there seems to be something wrong and clear the area. Aunt May?
Let me see what page.
It doesn't have a page number. Dave, what's the matter, hon? I've been trying to tell much.
Check. What's the matter, hon?
Nothing. Just wondering when Peter's coming home.
He's probably at the library or helping Dr. Warren, you know.
I know. It's just, well, he had that food bug or whatever it was yesterday.
Hey, don't go muscling on my territory. I am the full-time warrior in this house. Get a hobby of your own.
Hey, ain't there nobody ready to wrestle with me? Excuse me.
I like to try.
Well, you got him, folks. The little fella's got guts. Now, after I rip him out of him.
Aunt May? Aunt May?
Yeah, sorry about it. What time is it?
About 10:30.
When did Peter get him? You mean he's not home yet?
Calm down, honey. He's a big guy now. He's about to graduate. Who knows? Maybe he's met a girl.
Oh, and you thought that would make me feel better. One of those little hot seas gets her claws into Peter.
I think they call them hotties, May.
Whatever, with the partying, the pot smoking, the...
Or maybe she's someone he wants to wake up next for the rest of his life. Just like you. You know, we did a pretty good job with that, kid. There he is now. Don't plan on revealing your identity, huh?
Nope.
That's good. We can play that up. Where does he come up from? Who is he? The mysterious, what are you going to call yourself?
I'll come up with something.
Make it good. Got him in a flash costume, too. You're going to make $5,000 a match to start with.
$5,000? That means a lot to my family.
Pete, you gotta be in that big trouble when your May sees you're not calling, so you better get there now. What? Did you forget where the lights are?
What happened?
On the
other side of the barrier, please. But it's my house. Oh, sorry. There's been a student, the husband, Uncle Ben, Aunt May.
1 second. That's fine. Oh, Aunt May. Oh, Peter.
Please, ma'am, we have to hurry. Sorry, buddy. Emergency personnel only.
Meet us at the hospital, Peter.
Yeah. Don't worry, kid. We're gonna get him. We got a bunch of units taking him over by the Queensboro Bridge. You're right. It's just my fault. God's done it in me. Sometimes the most important weapon we learn hurts the most. I have to do something. Get to the hospital, kid. Support your parents. There's nothing else you can do.
You're that big guy.
No, I'm the Spiderman, and I'm going to eat you alive. You know that then thirdly, someone will come and get you when you can see him. Where's my aunt? They then both off. I can't take you there. They restrict the area to emergency personnel and spouses. Aunt May.
He's gone, Peter. He died on the operating table. When we were in the ambulance, he kept telling me to tell you he loved you and for you to remember.
I don't know if you remember me, Peter, but your uncle and I were good friends. Of course, Captain Stacy, it's been a while. It's good to see you. Do you know my daughter? Well, I guess you do. Well, if you two will excuse me, I'm going to say hello to your aunt. Peter? Twin?
Peter, I am so sorry about your uncle.
Thank you.
I didn't know this was your family. I was wondering why you hadn't been to school.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
like you hate you, nobody can forget you.
I hope it's like...
We'll see. We'll
The
see.
message is this getting to you, Norman. I told you not to rush back. I have had none of the best until you were well. You may think that I don't care, but we've been friends since college.
I know, Mendel, but you hold both budgets. But I got to take the cold Beaton project, not to mention art school.
We're partners. Nuclear physics is reading my line, but I've been known to come up with a bright idea or two in my time.
The cold Beaton potato was meant to be a miracle of the 21st century. My offering for the betterment of mankind. You know the period was my doctorate thesis.
Yes, but I never understood it. And the process was meant to be so inexpensive. Where does all the upfront money go?
The process needs to run for a month before it begins to self-replicate. During that month, on a daily basis, spreads radioactive. Those had to be prepared. It's in the protected core. The isotopes are extremely rare.
Very expensive.
But after the protector it's working, it will make its own, and we can use them for the protection of future protectors.
How are the isotopes to get?
Take about a year to produce another nuclear power plant for it to start working again in the interest of positive thinking, but it to think of one-part words.
Which is?
Hiroshima, Nagasaki. There are radioactive deposits in both cities. A recital gift from the atomic bomb. If we could get to them, we'd be in good shape.
So why are you not playing Japan?
Well, that's the rub. The Japanese government are not want to help an American company with materials by ethics and the result of the death of 300,000 people on our front. It'd be right at 7 the Pearl Harbor Memorial to its see and speaks blunt poverty.
So what are your options?
I can do a lot of thinking and maybe come up with a way to return the cold building part that's flat for the way to replace to a big crap. We're keeping at it, Peter. We're going to get the ones behind your uncle's death. But I thought the one that killed my uncle was killed himself? Well, yeah, after the wiggle man. But the report has the guy, Richard Underwood, falling to his death while trying to escape police photo. But I was there that night and saw something. It was dark. But anyway. Hey. Underwood was touch one of a gang of thieves that's been hidden out all over the area. Though Ben happened to my uncle, it did happen again. But every chance, the gang works under a leader we only know as the big man. Though getting to him would put an end to all. Well, I read that well back temple. The big man may run this particular group of buds, but there are so many others. The boss is tried to go by clever code names like Hammerhead. Right now, sitting at the head of the table is a man named Silvio Manfredi, but he goes by Silvermane.
Of course, it's been a long time. It's always good to hear from a friend. How's your father? That's too bad. No, man. A man of his years, I have no time to waste. I take you have a request? Yes, I do, sir. A business proposal. Now, I know that you have connections to gentlemen who work around the legal circles, such as yourself. My concern is specifically in Japan. That's possible. or certain materials found in the train that my company had used for. And say I were able to get those materials. What would these mean for me? As you know, my company has considerable assets. I understand that this man, Osborne, is he a partner in your company? What's his position on this proposition? Osborne isn't our concern. He'll should be just a memory within these walls. Don Manfredi, pardon me for a moment. I apologize, sir. Not to worry, Mendel. In honor of my friendship with your father, I'd be happy to look further into your proposal. Thank you, Don Manfredi. I'll await your call.
Anywho, though despite the best effort of the police, Bates men still are free. We made a dent, and we'll keep chopping away at them. But we can't kid ourselves. These are powerful men. Uncle Ben?
But you have to remember all that comes with power, Peter. With great power comes great responsibility.
What about the people he was roaming out, Bill? Well, they put it in when they can, but I think most of boats are too concerned about global disasters and threats we do not from the able to worry about street crime here. Don't let it worry you, people. We're on the top. Thank you, Captain. I'm glad to hear it. You have a good night, May.
Well, I'd better get.
No.
Oh, good night, Mrs. Parker. I'll see you at school, Peter.
Looking forward to it.
Well, I'd better get to cleaning up this place.
No, May. I'll take care of it. You go to bed.
We can do it together. I guess this can't compete with the hours you and Ben would spend in that basement workshop of his building whatever contraption you dream up. All we have now is each other, Peter. We have to hold on tight. What are you doing?
That's the science project.
And why aren't you wearing the goggles for your eyes? I don't want you doing anything where you might be hurt, Peter, and I'm watching you like a hawk.
Don't worry, Aunt May. I won't do anything dangerous. I promise. I won't do anything dangerous. But Spider-Man will. What do you want?
I'm going out with my friends. I just want to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Dad, wait.
I'm busy, Harry.
Dad, you have been busy since you came back to the hospital. I was worried about this whole time you were there. And now that you've come home, you don't have any time for me. Do I have to schedule an appointment to see my own father?
I'm sorry, son. Things have been really bad since the accident. I'll talk you people around me by the interrupts.
You know you can trust me, Dad. Anything I can do to help you, I'd be happy to.
Not thought, Harry. I'm talking about a lot of things you to do to help me. At this moment, I can't quite see how to see average grade and get in front and body with work to start off the thoughts social and artful. But if I do, I'll let you know.
What's up, Osborne? It's my daddy. Oh man, dang it. I'm gonna realize that's their job, man. How you deal with that? The two B's, B and babes. And we better get to them. Because the longer we wait, the beer gets hot, the babes get cold. And that's just the opposite of what they ought to be.
Hey, Twin.
Give me a second. Hi, welcome back. How was your aunt?
Okay, she's dealing with things in her own way.
And you?
Dealing with it in my own way. So, before all this happened, I was very surprised to see you at the genetics exhibit at EXU. At when?
I don't know why. I've always been interested in science, chemistry mostly. I'm going to major in college.
Seriously?
Yeah, my dad's work as a policeman got me fascinated with forensic science. I might pursue that as.
Parker, nice see you got the balls to come back, taking your beating like a man.
I hope landing on your brain didn't jumble it so much that you can't understand this flash. There's more going on in the world than you and your ego. Now stop being a bad person, or next time you might not get off so easy.
Hey, how did you?
My dad taught me self defense since I was a little kid. I've got to get to class, but let me know if you ever want some pointers.
Hey, Parker, heard about your uncle. Very sorry, man.
Thanks, Kelly.
I know it's not the same. I almost lost my old man over a month ago.
Yeah, the editor and his friend. I read about it. I've been following his research for years now. I'm glad that he pulled through.
You and your uncle were pretty close, huh? You used to be that way with me and my dad.
Used to be.
Yeah, things have changed since the accident. But hey, I guess we need to get going.
Nah, which way are you going? Me too. Ingrid's currents.
So what was your uncle like?
Uh, that other one? I don't know if they emergency thought or that. And my patent and read for bonds will up throats. About something you wanted to talk about the past few days. I've been seeing things, hearing things. What Dr. Osborne, I know you never took it that in very seriously. You were only confined to the letter from your board members. But really, for the first month of your therapy, all you did was patronize me. And now all of a sudden, you're having hallucinations? Wait, I have dinner reservations at that new rent and Cambodian restaurant that took me a month to get, so it's nothing further. But it's seriously, it's Dr. Hamilton. I don't know where else to turn. Everyone in my company is plotting against me.
Paranoia.
I don't
Now
know.
we're sorry.
Polio. Now we're giving them well. Bit and paranoia, but it's real. Uh-huh. That's a gentleman who's hallucinating. No, the thing I'm saying, hearing, it's something else. Go on. When I was a child, whenever I did anything wrong, my father told me that the goblins would take me away at night. When I was 10, he put this figure of a green goblin in my room. He played on my threads about its gaze was spotted on me when I was in bed. For the first month, I couldn't sleep. I was falling asleep at school. When my father called in by the principal, well, he beat me and he locked me in a toilet for hours. When I went to bed that night, he had filled my room with more goblins. They were surrounding me. I was terrified. The only way I could sleep was to befriend them. I gave them all names, portraits, personalities. They all represented different sides of my own personality. And the most valuable one, the king of them all, was the Green Goblin. He turned to represent strength to me wherever I felt frightened. And I imagined that he was inside me. Both of me. It got me through those early years when I graduated from high school. I thanked my father for teaching me to talk to my peers. Ever since then, I tried to figure out the Green Goblin with me. And a good what term. But over the years, I haven't really thought much more about it. Rather than until recently. Since the accident, you pretend a bad name with the goblin when in a bed hits that manner. That's that, that's your out. He talks to me. He tells me about those plotting against me. Tells me right by third. Handle them. I see. Well, Norman, I can give you a prediction of for Zoloff, and I want to up our settings to 3 times a week. For now, I'll just be observing your behavior. I'll decide whether or not you should be hospitalized. That can't be right, doctor. Are you going to take my advice, Norman, or would you rather with the purple counter from the Green Goblin? No. I don't think that's the best way to deal with this problem. Then what do you suggest? I'm thinking a little physical therapy. Ah, I feel better already. But you don't sound very good, doctor. What do you want me to do about that? Well, no Zoloff around. Maybe bits will help. I didn't see immediate improvement. Let's continue the therapy. Everyone's right to move, big man.
Good. We
Good.
picked this area try. Time to move on. What the heck is that?
Don't mind me, boys. I just thought you're moving and figured maybe I could get a bargain on a karaoke machine. Haven't you ever heard about the customer dog's right? I'm not recommending that straight to my parents.
You're crazy. Light that freak up.
You boy take your teeth. I want you to be telling me when you divets. Ta-da! Better the bottom. Are you a fraud and blow money?
All the time it took to put this game together, you think the big man is laying some wall crawling freak show in a fright match busted up in a few seconds?
Well, yeah, kind of. But pal, I get all fucked up with you guys. That's the pain I get. Some people that don't know the way how to do with appreciation. Boys! Don't leave about, boys. I'm on your side. Get up, pal. Wait. Sorry, can't make me break out in hides. Compliments of your friendly neighborhood Spiderman. Spiderman? Hey, Aunt May. Oh, hey, Miss Watson.
Where is it? Did you say, hey, Aunt May?
Hey, Aunt May. Oh, hello, Mr. Watson.
What? Okay, I think I found it. 1 second. Don't see it. Is this the scene with the warehouse? No.
Oh, hello, Mr. Watson. Mrs. Watson.
How do I spell that? Let me find it. Let's see. Hold on.
I've been trying to. My mouth is right here.
Let's see. Could you share your screen?
I'm trying to do that.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Okay, let me get to there. Hi, Peter. Peter, you're just in time to meet Anna's niece, Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, nice to meet you.
Nice. Face it, Tiger. You just hit the jackpot.
We're prisoners on the arrest of the 8 burglars that have been terrorizing Eastern Queens with break-ins and at least one homicide.
Aunt May, that's what I wanted to tell you. The guy who thought Uncle Ben, his whole gang was caught. We received an announcement that someone had rat the members of the gang to its warehouse, and discovered that it was the help about operating. Well, but Spider-Man allegedly had a hand about that. We have no comment on that yet. It's still under investigation.
Who is Spider-Man? This will be the question on the lips of all of New York.
He looks creepier than the criminals he caught.
No.
Ooh, that Spider-Man looks hot.
There
He
you
looks creepier than the criminals he caught. What kind of monster must he be? Peter, I don't want you out on the streets at night. You might run across that creature. Excuse me.
Excuse me. It was nice meeting you, Mary Jane.
Wash up for dinner, dear.
Did you see the way he flew through the skylight? Yeah, but the coolest freaking thing I ever seen. Charges the gang and disappears. Reminds me of what he did to Stanley's defense line last week. The really great thing about Spider-Man is that he has the exact opposite of a hero like Peter Parker.
It's that right, Thompson. Well, I got a surprise for you.
Well, that Jensen guy that Bailey Bill said that Spider-Man was trying to muscle that he has been ready to take over himself. He's putting pressure on the cops to track Spider-Man down. Please. Well, what do you have to say, Parker?
I agree. The cops ought to think the streets safe for normal folks.
Yeah, amazing. how feet just keep moving in the same direction seemingly on their own.
Hi, friend.
Carrying the weight of the world, Pete?
More like the known universe. I'm just written down that I don't want to feed the inedible Dave when it falls on my head.
That's not a healthy attitude.
Well, there's one thing to do about it. Like a night out with the most gorgeous woman my eyes have ever feasted on. That's by confidence. He's standing right in front of me.
What can I say to that?
It's not a multiple choice question yet. It's the only acceptable answer.
Well, not wanting to flunk this test, I guess I have to say yes then. I'll see you on Friday night.
Buckle, you are the epic man.
That's illegal. Spider-Man. Of course he's it's illegal. It's illegal, you web-headed psycho. It's a bank heist.
Well, yeah, but I was referring to your manners. Didn't your mother teach you it's impolite to point? You see, that's what I'm talking about. When I knock you down, you could have the common courtesy to stay there.
You think I'm one of those punks you can lean on? I'm the shocker, and I've got lots of surprises in store for you. And the big surprise of all is gonna be your death.
You know, Socko, you're never gonna make any new friends with that negative attitude. Now that's the correct thing.
You won't have to live with being a fan much longer, I promise you. Not with my vibration shield to protect me, my favorite breast to finish you.
But that's me thinking. If you can't fire both bats, you can't threaten both defense with me. And that makes me as warm as Freddy at the Hallmark card.
These dramatic years of Spider-Man's battle with Herman Schultz, who calls himself the Shock, who were captured on the first National Bank surveillance system. This is cause for concern, gentlemen.
What the big deal, boss? Whenever that costume clown bites the dust, I take good riddance to him. They good, but we did him against us a bad rep.
My concern is not with this good buffoon, Fancy Dan. It's with Spider-Man. He considers himself a hero, apparently incorruptible.
How do you know he didn't the box?
That video footage shows the spoils of the Shocker's heist left untouched. Spider-Man would not take anything, even as a reward for his work. Such a man can prove to be a thorn in our side. In local news, police are baffled at the sudden disappearance of notable psychiatrist Dr. Barton Hamilton. It has been assumed that he has left on a spare of the most pleasure to him. Our family, our friends have yet to hear from him. May, you're up.
On May, okay, 1 second. Which line is it? I'm looking for it. Oh, wait, I think I found it. Peter, have you eaten?
Yeah, Aunt May, I'm eating right now.
You're doing with Spider-Man.
If my doom was very more pathetic banter like that, it's the best news I've heard all day. I can get double points in the beats made that offer them to you in Britain, right? Maybe next year we can go to Disney World. I bought Albert window every day for the last 20 years, man. But I tell you, right now I don't recognize the dirty.
Is that the opening of this weekend's editorial, Jonah, or are you just waxing poetic for us?
I'm doing it. It's Robbie. I'll make for a great opening. How about getting to the point, Jonah? One day, enjoy the back, and we'll be another one by Tactos will all be weirder buildings. It's not like during the big war when we had guys like Captain America back with the threats.
But Cap is still around, Jonah.
Yeah, but he's running around with two bundles now. Well, that one on hell hit before. And even worse, we got the band that ball all around the city, banning There's been a new matter about that monster they call the Hulk. What the world done with do? Now about with Spider-Man. And I'm telling you, he got to be the worst one of them all. It wouldn't have anything to do with kids saving your done during the touch flight mishap, would it? But that's another problem. Then when he crawled around the city, spinning boo, the thing works. I didn't delve under that creepy mats. I read the Fantastic Four doors for papers. We know her real names. What do we know about Spider-Man? Where did he live? In a tower? In a cave? Does he touch blood? And all that on with the goods without being that kind of hero.
Me has done a lot of good.
I'm saying it all calculated on his part. He tapped a dumb roll right in front of the diamonds. Oh, it's making himself look like a died of the ankle. But I'm not fooled. It's all to cover up its true agenda. With it, how the heck did I know? I thought we'd spend a way to or eat vermin, but I'm gonna find out. The Daily Bugle with Brit City's wax back. It's quite the truth.
Is that the new tagline for our advertising?
No! Well, what don't I might question about that's what Spider-Man is up to as well. He might have been involved in the death of a Dutchman. Aha! But it also was possible it was an accident. And though I know more, and I intend to know more, I'm willing to date Spider-Man to distance, the law enforcement and face value. The one he stabbed would have all been criminals. You're not going to wrinkle on me, are you, Torts? I'm looking for your help. I want you to investigating into what big starts to bitter antidote about that your input that's on Spider-Man. Well, I'm not for a witch hunt, Stoner, but I'll help you in any way I can. That's great, Torts.
George, maybe you can grab a cup of coffee and I can pick up your brain for ideas about Spider-Man.
Sounds good, Robbie. Okay, Barrett, you go to it. Okay, Irene?
Yeah. I'm looking for it. Mr. Jameson is with his editor and a guest. As soon as they're finished, they must be done. Mr. Jameson, there's a young man here to show you some photos.
More human intellect. It's stuff from an amateur entity net that reads.
He says they're of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Miss Blunt.
Mr. Jameson will see you now.
Thank you. I was at am I on the death of the word on the title of your deaths? I'm fascinated with Mr. Damon and David right away. Get down, dude. I understand you got some bits I'll take off your hands. My name is Peter Parker, and I've got a straight to start at Spider-Man, Mr. Damon. Well, I never buy the marathons, but I'm feeling dinner today. What do you? Where do you take it from? Underwater? What is this? I thought of Spider-Man already, bud. You even heard of Buckets, kid? Buckets? Well, that's thought I don't want you on the hard street stealing apples off of a cart. I'll give you $25 that sucked. The Grove is offering 60. So, cards the only other toy, the Grove had the one it's whether the daily antidote in streets hits back at bottom into its tail each week. Okay, did you remind me of my pet beagle? Oh, Olaf, I'll make a $35 to thought. Well, I love to day. And that's because I don't want my pets in a doesn't wait the Grove. I'll let you take them off my hands for $55 to thought. I'll make it $45 and throw in an autograph and boat to myself. Hold it next to heart, kid. It'll clear your acne. $50 to thought, and you can take the photo. I like acne. It gives me pleasure. $50 to thought. Okay, you can be my tail detective for bits here. But I'll have you know you're stealing the bread from the mouth of an orphan in Guatemala. I give it my own way. Hey, how did dude like you get picked to the Spider-Man? Well, you must know he tipped me off, and I have to pay him half the cans. Those reds cost money, I guess. Do you know who he is? Are you kidding? You doesn't tell me anything, but being when he only wrote bits out with me that he knows I'd be too scared to cross him. Okay. And by the way, don't use my name on the photos. I don't want Spider-Man's enemies knowing who I am. No problem, kid. They bring me talked about bug-eyed fruitcake, and you can call yourself Mary Poppins for all I care. Hartswell, get in here. What kept you? Hartswell for the Speeder. For Barco. He's been lucky enough to get some photos of Spider-Man, and even luckier what I bought him and from him. Bartwell, I wanted to follow up on the chapter of this photo clip. See if you can find in a connection between him and Spider-Man. Arthur, Andrew.
Where I lost my spot. Oh, you being played by the story like they are partners and Spider-Man double crossed him.
I don't want the truth. Foxwell, that Spider-Man is a criminal.
Got it, JJ.
You're writing the story as about Spider-Man the criminal? Great, isn't it? Stick with me, kid. We'll take a few dozen yards back and you'll learn all about how to run a big city paper. Okay, Parker, you got your fun money. Now get out of here. Go buy yourself a hula hoop. I got work to do. I mean,
Let me see. Point to the silver-haired beauty.
Live for that.
Welcome to the bungle, Peter.
Bugle.
Peter. Point to the silver-haired beauty.
Hey, no about bringing out your secret weapon.
Hey, pal. You want to play in the big leagues, you gotta deal with it. You serve, rookie.
Okay, get ready to catch the rocket.
I guess that launch was scrubbed. Game, set, and match. Don't sweat it, rookie. Winners buy dinner.
Oh, dinner. I just remembered.
Hey, Mr. P. Hi, Mrs. Parker. Oh, hi, Gwen. You and Gwen are going out tonight?
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll take a rain check on dinner. You kids have a good time. Mrs. Parker, would you like to join us? What? No, dear. You two don't want me along on a date. I haven't been out of the loop that long. Really? We'd love for you to come. We're just going to the carnival at Shea Stadium.
Yeah, Aunt May. It'd be great to have you. How many guys get to be team of two women on his arm? It'll hit my rep of about 1,000 points.
Well, I don't know, Peter. Please, Mrs. Parker, call me Aunt May. I haven't been to a carnival in a good while. Are you sure all these rides and things are safe? Careful, Aunt May. We don't want to scare Peter. I'm hoping to get him fired up enough to take a spin on the merry-go-round.
Hey, 20. No bell making fun of my windmobile of wooden horses. I mean, do they have to call them roads at threatened on the basis?
Calm down, Peter. I'll do a stuffed animal at the baseball toss counter. It'll keep your company on the merry-go-round. Don't worry, Gwen. Between the two of us, we'll straighten this guy out.
Well, May Parker.
Aunt May?
Let's see.
On your line. I'll be right back. Continue.
Calm down, Peter. I'll win you a stuffed animal at the baseball toss counter. It keeps your company on the merry-go-round.
And not Mary Jane. So,
Oh. Anna, Mary Jane. So you decided to come. I was trying to get May to join us here.
Well, this is Mrs. Watson, and Mary Jane's her niece.
Nice to meet you both. Same here. Decent tastes in dates. And you've got there Peter.
I'll say.
Harry, now we got a party.
It's always the quiet ones, Pete, you dog, hogging all the beauty to yourself. But four gorgeous women, four gorgeous women with you, you have to sacrifice two of the little guys like me.
Aunt May.
Peter, why don't you and your friends go and enjoy the carnival? Anna and I are going to stroll around and talk.
I don't know about the good idea. I don't want to hear about you two are terrorizing the boat in the bumper car. You got that wild look in your eyes.
We'll see you ladies in a bit.
So, gang, after the carnival shuts down, I say we keep the party rolling. And an after hour spot. I got my fake ID. How about you? Mary Jane.
Fake ID? Never needed one. A little style and a well-placed smile always have gotten me by. Well, I know a coffee spot where poets get up and perform. They don't need to serve booze, so no fake IDs needed.
That sounds crazy enough to be fun.
Yeah, if you like that kind of thing, although I can feel a bit of inspiration coming on. Maybe I'll spout a little first myself. I'll be with that as Mary Jane.
Looks like those two are getting along well.
No.
I like the title. Maybe I'll hang out for the finale. Looks like those two are getting along well.
Hadn't noticed. At Barton there are only two people in Pittsburgh.
So you managed to block out all this noise and glitter?
You forgot the impressive Mr. P.
Impressive, Mr. P.
The noise is drowned out by the beating of my heart, and the only glitter I'd see is shining from your eyes.
Good grief, Osborne. Not you, too. Flash, what's up? That's my question. Don't tell me you got the case of the Parker disease, too. Let it go, Flash. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, Plants. That's under your nose. I went out and got a life. I'm hoping the same thing will happen for you.
My life begins when I crushed yours. That's unless you need the queen of the nerds to protect you.
Okay, Plants, come on. Throw me your bets. I'll fall down, and we'll all know that's how important you are, Card. Once you think the bottom we beat at the school node. Is that what you need to be like a man? Robin, come on. I want to do everything possible to help you be like a man.
Dude. Oh, heck with you.
Okay. Well, I'll put that. Just save it.
He wins the war without firing a shot. I like that.
Glad you do. And when my needs stop taking, we can continue on stroll.
Look, buddy, here's some cash. I need your clothes. Your clothes, man. I need your clothes.
Hold it!
Look, I'm not robbing him. I'm giving him some cash.
They won't throw. Don't move.
The guy is plugging on the top doofy ride. What do you say, MJ?
Oh my goodness.
MJ?
I'm not that right there.
Let me see. It's not a Ferrari, but it'll do for now.
We can talk about that Ferrari thing afterwards.
I tried to stiff for my intense fear of high school trip to the start with you, Miss Stacy.
Sounds like fun. If you get scared, just hang on to me.
This gets better by the second. Trent? Trent?
Sorry, Peter, what's...
That's closing up, boys. Get it closing all the good bolts on the first wheel fry.
When? I have to.
You have to what?
I have to take on Aunt May. She might be frightened.
Peter, I'm sure she's okay. She probably doesn't even know what's happening here. We should help the police to move everything back. I know the sergeant over here. Come on. Sergeant Mullen.
Gwen!
Can we do anything to help?
No, I want the chopper to find me out of here. I know I'm gonna be hurt.
Andrew, I've met you on again.
No. When you and your friends should just move back on the barrier we've set it up. We don't want you to give Electro more potential hostages.
Come on, friend, we better move. It is the best place for us right now.
Electro, we're trying to get you a police chopper. No one cop. It has to be commercial. I don't want you clowns dragging me. And the pilot better not be a cop either. Don't screw with me. Just so you don't think I'm kidding. We don't see a chopper that's discovered in 5 minutes. It's getting got anything to worry about college tuition.
Get out of here, kid!
Spiderman! I've been wanting to tangle with you, but this ain't the time or place.
It's a carnival. We both have paper and mitten, and since you're taught it's break, I figure back to have a little entertainment.
You asked for a punk. In the center in the center ring, see a spider get deep fried.
What you asked for? But that's gotta be a better way to live than being made to look stupid by me. Even consider being the star at the top of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. I know it's seasonal. I've been at them for 401k.
Tingle's just a tad, huh? Don't worry, Webhead. It only gets worse.
Sorry about the heart to that Sparky, but you didn't take me with you. That's wrong if you promise it's to buy dinner.
On to plan B.
Man, are you okay? Are you alright?
May. Aunt May, are you hurt? I'm fine. Where's Peter? Gwen, where is he?
Aunt May.
I'm fine, Peter. I'm fine. I was just worried about you. Are you okay, Peter?
I'm okay. You?
Are you sure you didn't stub your toe while you were running away?
When? I didn't explain it.
Only problem is there's no one here that wants to hear it. Goodbye, Aunt May.
Aunt May again.
Peter, what's wrong? What happened to Gwen?
Pete, I better dash. I'll see you in school, man.
Miss Watson.
Should we see you home, May? No, Anna, I'll call you in the morning. Home is in the best place for us now, Peter.
Come
in. No, about me. Come in.
Mr. Osborne, you have a visitor, a Mr. Foswell.
That's fine. That's me.
Decent days you got here, Osborne.
That's exactly how it works. It started with the Rob Bulletin home. Maybe after we finish our business, we can swap that right in dips.
That's fine, Norman.
Funny. You could see what I do, but an encore. It bobs your head on the end of a stick. Do you have the item I wanted?
Yeah, right here. So what's a millionaire investor want? So what's a millionaire inventor want for the tape of Spider-Man fighting Electro?
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
If you get a hold of any more of these, I want them.
Sure thing, Mr. Osborne. Hey, Dad. Who was that? John Manfredi. It's good to see you. You come very far, man. I prepare to get here. Yeah, I'd be curious. Having achieved so much with your father Osborne, why were you betraying him now? I gotta know this because the man in his position can't afford to associate with men who are inherently disloyal. You need never worry about my betraying you, John Manfredi. The friendship between you and my father was a true one, while my association with Osborne isn't. We're not only friends, we're not truly friends, not even partners. All the years that we've known each other, he's never hesitated to hold over my head the fact that his family was wealthy, but mine was not. He was having to make use of my talents and to build up his company. Yet he ridiculed me. did all he could to make me feel inferior to him. My work inferior to his. You'll notice that though we're partners, the company doesn't bear my name as well as his, simply because it was his family's money that financed it. I decided years ago that I could take control of this company, no matter the cost. Show us, Brian, who was truly the superior one. I nearly achieved my goal 5 months ago. I altered the computations of the cold fusion test so that it would fail, and its death would have been icing on the cake. That didn't happen, but move things forward. I would think the success of this cold fusion would be a feather in Osborne's cap. That's what these materials you hope to acquire will do, no? The cold fusion projects will succeed, but only after Osborne is gone, removed from the company by the board members because of preparing failure of his dream project. Then I'll step in, save the project and company from financial disaster, and of course the board members will graciously place me in control, and Stromtech will move to the future.
No, I think Stromtech is already history.
Good God!
You couldn't be more wrong, Mr. Strom.
What do you want?
What does the Green Goblin want? Do you mental? I'll bet if you think really hard, you can get. You'll deal with the devil it up, and I'll have done to direct your soul.
Give me the order, boss. The order is to wait, Montana. Wait and see, but be at the ready. You're a tricky character, my friend, but I got a few tricks up my sleeve as well.
Still playing with your electrode set, Strom? For my next trick, I'll put the man in half. And he volunteers. Poor Mendel. He drinks far beyond his limits. Who's got marshmallows?
That face too crazy to live.
Now that's the wrong way to begin a partnership.
Partnership? I think perhaps that fright math is worn too tight on your head. I had no trust with your impetuous and non-departed friend there, which is why I didn't interfere in your business. But I have no trust for you, Mr. Green Goblin, is it?
My friend, you do know I don't react well to rejection.
You're formidable, no doubt, but you wish to do battle with some of the magia. I caution you that you do so at your own peril.
I have a better idea. I propose an agreement.
I'm listening.
In our plan to represent our mutual goals.
Which is?
Spiderman. He's a threat to your organization. He'll probably be a threat to my enterprise as well. I'll rid us all of its pets. And when I do, you and I can negotiate over the same materials with you and my smoky friend, Otis Stutson.
What's your international corp?
Consider me a not-so-down partner.
I see. Well, Goblin, deliver on your promise and we can strike a deal on your released materials. I'll wait your call. Excellent work as always, Peter. I'd like for you to help me grade the other students' work.
Thanks, Dr. Warren.
Glad I can help you feel better. Peter, you of all people should know you can't buck the science of human biology.
Huh?
You're crazy about the girl. Go and talk to her.
Dwayne, let's give me a moment to explain what happened.
Okay.
What you thought the other night, it wasn't what you think it is.
Okay, what was it?
Well, that changes everything. I'm sorry.
That changes everything. Really, Pete? You had the whole weekend to come up with something, even a total lie.
But back to the whole point, Dwayne. I don't ever want to lie to you.
To tell me the truth.
The truth is pretty difficult to tell also. Maybe someday. But right now, I'm trying to make sense of the truth in my own mind.
The truth. Listen, Peter, I don't expect or want you to be a conquering hero, But if we're going to have something together, I have to know that I can count on you. I can believe in you.
To Wendy, you can believe in me.
I want to, but if you run when I need you and you can't even open up to me, what is there for me to count on or believe in? Peter, I've been so alone in my life. My mother died 10 years ago. My dad and I are very close, but I've never had anyone else to really get close to. I've seen the same thing with you. When we've got to know each other, I thought we could have that kind of connection that we've been missing in both our lives.
We didn't, Wendy. Better than we how I feel.
So what is this thing you're hiding?
Gwen, it's that I'm too near orbit right now. I need to get perspective on it. If you'll just give me some time.
I'll give you lots of time and plenty of space too.
Pete,
What's up, Harry?
how's it hanging?
Like a noose around my neck. Gwen's flipping me off.
Because the other night,
I feel like two sides of me are always going to be at odds. The side of me that wants to do what's right and the side that wants to be happy.
well, of the two, I have to pick happiness. What's more right than making yourself happy? As long as you're not hurting anyone or anybody else.
Unfortunately for me, my happiness always seems to come at the cost of someone being hurt. It's like some kind of cosmic joke being played on me.
You take life too seriously, Pete. That's why you need a bud like me. Give it a little while. I've been in Grail come around. You two are kind of made for each other, kind of like Romeo and Juliet, or Mary Jane and me.
Oh, that how it's?
Yeah, that's how it is. We went out last night.
Harry, I gotta go.
What? What are you, nuts?
No, I'm a photographer for the Daily Bugle. Thanks for the tips, Web. Sorry.
Thanks for the assist, wethead.
I'm not as reliable as you guys, but I try. Keep those bandits shiny pellets. It's a quiet thing. The real those you run into on the street of New York. I'm moving to New Jersey. Oh boy, and they say the patent police are after me. Don't you know that green and purple are of Fatma what about it? Football. I was looking forward to a date. It's about a radio. Oh, do you mean this was the plan? And Rendezvous. Look, buddy, despite my pathetic attire, I'm not the kind of guy you can touch fly upon and expect a deep date and a good time. Deep? Oh no, this was a rather expensive date to the bear. You know how hard it is to find a group of low vibes dumb enough to pull a daylight robbery and shoot out of the police. Or to throw your pile, not to mention all the work involved to work at you usually betray at which time of the day. The Green Goblin does nothing halfway, my boy. The Green Goblin, huh? So that's what all you're doing. What's the payoff? Why, my dear little Spider, you're deaf. I have to admit, you're survivor the fella, but you'll find I get around pretty well myself. A little button gift, Spider-Man. Appreciate the sentiment, Gabi, but I'm always been devoted to abundance, especially the exploding kind. I've got to win up to touch that medical benefits if we superheroes ever start a union. You're not getting and wind it all, you raw crow. I can keep it up all day. Not if I can help it. Hey, I only captain. I read the announcements for somebody else. What's happening? I never get tired out this way. Getting thrown your whole age. I could give you a head start, or maybe you could just go to bed. But it's to tuck you in. To rank throat Titan gets. How clever. Like I said, this was a Cato the Bear. I spell no things to make you feel appreciated. And like every good match the right body. Now comes the moment of the unmatched thing. Wow! Aren't you breathless? It's the terror of the underworld. It's tired. I don't know whether to kill you or adopt you. But then I already have one afterwards. It's mouths. I've been killing it's the way to go. Wait for a dawn on your operatory nightly. That's why it's spider. Hiding in a quartz base. Good. Bind them in that's the python. You can hide well. You can on the roof. The roof. Spider-Man has been destroyed by the Green Goblin. All you've done is give yourself the moment to spite Spider-Man. You're mine, and I'm going to kill you. Aunt May, what's wrong? Aunt May, what's wrong?
Well, I burned a batch of cookies, but don't worry, Peter. There's plenty more for you. I made extra for your guests also.
Gets.
Hey, Pete. Glad to see you made it home in one piece.
Hi, Peter. Hey, Tiger.
My dad found your camera where you left it, and he wanted to turn it to you.
Button, Hanoi. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Where did you find it? Well, exactly where you left it, at the battery. I'd like to talk to you privately for a moment, Parker. Interesting little hobby we have, huh? How did you find me? Two and two makes four, Parker. You being in that area and being at school age meant you went to the high school. And lucky me, my good for nothing son actually knows you. Wife had to spread islands. So what do you want to do, Goblin? Shall we take it outside? Don't ask me, Junior. I've already given you your spanking. Now I'm grounding you. The wheels are in motion to have me running bit diddy. From the beat of it, I breathe out at the depth of its sewers, and I don't intend to have any distractions from you. Though Spider-Man crawls the walls no more, or you sweet Aunt May, who baked beats from strats. God pretzel. Baked, and that's about the dollhouse in heaven. Got it? Very good, Parker. Aaron?
Now, what have you two been gossiping about?
Well, Mr. Parker, Harry wanted to slip that paper to hear the bit of a things. We were just talking about opportunities that await him in the future. My company is always looking for flexible world. Aunt May?
My pleasure, Osborne.
No. You said that's wonderful. You say that's wonderful.
My pleasure, Osborne.
No.
Sorry. Where?
One part.
Where do I say? That's wonderful.
There you
Hey, Pete. Now
Sorry.
the dude and my dad are talking shop. MJ and I hang out to catch a flick. You want to see if we grab Brennan too and make it a farce?
go. Nah, Harry, you guys go ahead.
Okay.
I better get running too, Mr. Sparkle. Thanks so much for the great cookies and transportation. Now you're tired, Aunt May.
My pleasure, Osborne. Night, Mrs. P. Later, Tiger. So what are you doing tonight, kid? More studying at the library?
No, Aunt May. I don't think I'll be doing that anymore.
Well then, I guess we have a dinner date. It'll be ready in an hour.
Okay.
What is a koala bear?
The
The
response,
Oh,
the next response is, what is a koala bear?
Aunt May.
The life of a teenager?
No.
Doesn't matter, hon. This was always your favorite show.
I'm sorry, Aunt May. It's that's.
The life of a teenager stuff?
Well, definitely living the life of a teenager with stuff, but there's more.
Gwen?
Yeah, got a twin and
Well, I guess you know I'm not as equipped to lecture teenage boys as your Uncle Ben was, but here for you, Peter. You know I can always do the best I can.
I'm not realizing that the world is so big. It's hard at spiderweb dot well. I thought I had pins under control, but then I found the hard way that I wasn't really ready to handle things when they got on real tough.
And the additive? Well, Peter.
No.
Sorry.
Before that.
Sorry. Well, I guess you
Okay.
know I'm not as equipped to lecture teenage boys as your Uncle Ben was, but I'm here for you, Peter. You know I'll always do the best I can.
Wait, but what?
The one after that.
Well, Peter, you always put so much pressure on yourself. Ever since you were little, you always wanted to take on more and more. You remember the rewiring of the house incident and the additive to make the detergent clean better, acid. We had to buy a whole new wardrobe for the family after that one. Peter, I'm not saying you're wrong for wanting to take on the world. I love your excitement and imagination. I'm just saying maybe you need to take some time and actually be a teenager while you're a teenager. You don't need to be running around there where the monsters are waiting for you, the vultures and Spiderman. That's no place for you.
Yeah, Aunt May, I guess you're right. What is mystery?
Her response is, "What is misery? What is misery?"
Gwen, I mean, Alex, I could write a book.
It'd be nice to see you doing something.
Looks like you're having a new hobby.
He's a fascinating tale about Arthur being a cop that thought the puppets figuring him out. It must have been something to see him in action.
Yeah, he was pretty amazing, but I have to admit that even in the midst of all of that, I was a little preoccupied.
Well, are you ready to tell me exactly what happened with Peter that night?
I couldn't believe it, Dad. In the middle of all of that, he ran away. I needed him. Other people needed him, and he just ran. But the thing that gets me the most is that it just didn't seem like him. It didn't make any sense based on all that I've seen with him. He has a strength about him. I could see it in his eyes. I can feel it when we hold hands. Peter Parker isn't a coward.
So what's bothering you?
Dad, it's like he's two people, and I'm scared that I don't know he's going to be from one day to the next. Who might be trusting my heart with. I just don't understand him.
You got too much of your dad in you. You can't stand mysteries. What I think you've got to decide it's Peter Parker, a mystery worth solving. Ding dong. Twin.
Dad, Dad, it's like he's two
No,
people, and it's sorry, to
you
be
take to be
continued.
continued.
Mary Jane, Harry, what are you two doing here? We just left the tiger. We figured up catching up with his kitten would make sense. Come on in. Harry, MJ, this is my dad.
Great to meet you, sir.
Harry, MJ.
So, like MJ says, we were at the Parker's Pete's place earlier. Gwen, he's really down about what's happened with you two. Look, I know it's complicated. What is it, huh? I just wanted to tell you about what happened earlier today. Pete and I were walking when we stumbled on the shoot-up between the cops and some crooks. Well, me, like anyone else, ducks for cover, but Peter, that nut doesn't budge. Even crazy, he runs in the direction of the shootout, saying where this girl takes some pictures with the Daily Bugle. I don't know what happens next. I was too chicken to move.
Mary Jane?
Yeah, but he has his good points.
But I just want you to know that whatever is going on with Pete, he's definitely no coward. Maybe you should give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll see you at school. I get no end of pleasure at the sight of your learning grin. To what do I owe the pleasure, Goblin?
I come bearing gifts. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll like this surprise.
Spider-Man's mask.
That's right. The Goblin always delivers on his promises.
Then why isn't there a head along with the mask?
Trust me, Spider-Man is no longer a threat.
You had to earn my trust. Fancy Dan?
Mac,
Go on.
what's that status on the bug? None of our spotters have seen any sign of him.
Good enough.
That was easy.
We have spotters placed strategically around the city, watching for police activity or compares and the like. Where the roll car making his usual rounds, one of them would have seen him by now.
But you could have been at him long ago.
Seeing Spider-Man and killing him are two birds with different things. It wasn't worth compromising the placement of our men simply to take a full-hearted shot at the insect. That would only happen if absolutely necessary. Otherwise, I prefer to leave that to dedicated souls such as yourself. And had we eliminated Spider-Man, you and I would have no business together, which we do now. Fancy Dan, make the call. The shipment to Oscorp goes through.
Nice doing business with you.
Parker!
It isn't the best time for its plants.
So, tell me, what's your secret? I mean, you got one of the hottest chicks at school walking on your arm. Even Harry Osborn seems to like you. And I mean, really like you.
I don't have any tickets to sell plants. I don't have time for it now.
What? You little maggot. That's what I get for taking a little pity of a loser.
Sorry, man. Though, gentlemen, it's what the deepest regret by much a better informed you and my partner coward and dear friend mental storms untimely death. The respect, the result of a terrible, industrial accident within its robotic laboratory. The thoughts and intended are still under investigation, but it seems that Tim portrayed the deal meant to its embittered getting the better of his judgment. Walking around in his lab, a little gremlin, and Tim must have gone up to work starting in its burden. Thank God no other lives were lost. Of course, this then do nothing to compensate for art towards lots, but on a slightly brighter note, I'm happy to inform you gentlemen that the art store Beauty product is back on track. Within 1 month from time, we will be ready to bring the Protector online. 1 month? That's incredible, Norman. A bit intrigued with Toad's memory. I couldn't agree more. Aunt May?
On let me see what hi hon, what are you doing tonight?
My name is Bree, Aunt May, so that's you, me, and Alistair back.
Two nights in a row, huh? I guess my perfume really is as good as the commercial says.
Several armed men are escaping with approximately $3 million in jewelry. The police are in pursuit.
Looks like another good night to be off the streets, Peter. It gets worse out there every day.
Ding dong. I got him, Aunt May. To win. To win. A friend.
Yeah, every evening, Mr. P, you're gonna leave me out in the cold.
You? Never. Aunt May?
Gwen, well, aren't you a sight? What? Hi, May. Hi, Aunt May. Gwen, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Sit down. Can I get you something, dear? I'm fine, Aunt May. I mostly wanted to talk to Peter. Well, let me get us all some fresh pie and milk. Thanks,
Thanks,
Aunt.
Aunt May. No, thanks, Aunt May. It's great to see you, Wendy.
Great to see you too, Pete.
About the last time we spoke,
I'm sorry about that, Peter. It was wrong of me to push you so hard. With everything that's happened to you, you losing your uncle, having to work at the Daily Bugle to help Aunt May, I should have understood that maybe things would have been a lot more confusing for you than anyone can see. Were you going to take photos at the carnival, weren't you?
uh huh.
So why didn't you just tell me that?
Well, it's Aunt May. I know he's gonna have a fit if they find out I'm taking fan photos for the Bugle, and I figured the more people that know that, the more attention all about it'll get back to her.
Uh-huh.
And let's face it, twin, you're the tough cop's daughter. I was afraid you might want to step with me, and I didn't want you to put yourself in any danger.
You don't have to worry about me. You know, I could look out for myself, but I would have worried about you, though.
That's never reason.
I saw what happened today with you in the Flash.
I wish you had it. What you thought, although it wasn't me.
It was you, the real you.
So, what do you think? I'm some kind of tough guy?
This guy I thought had a bully pinned down, and even though he could have clobbered him, he let him go. He thinks his mind and his heart, not his fists. That's the guy I always saw in you. That's the guy I wanted you to be with. I could give you the time that you need to feel comfortable about sharing whatever it is and that what you're going through. That is if you think it's worth trying again.
I want to, twin. More than you can know. But you know what? I'm not the guy you thought today. You know the real reason why I finally at France and the real reason why I let up is because I realized that I'm everything he thought it said. A loser, a failure, a disappointment to everyone I love. Yeah, so I can perform a trick or two. Yeah, I can take some cool moves, but when the depths are down, when I finally get under the wire, I told like deep tent, I don't deserve anyone else wonder what's you, twin. And you'll only be heard hanging around at zero like me.
Pete, how can you say all this?
Every time I run that much for my Uncle Ben, I get to state in responsibility. It's what being a man is. Believe me, 20. It hurts more than I can say telling you that, but that's no good for you. The further you give away from me, the better off you'll be.
The only way you can hurt me
No,
is
no,
by
no, no. You said Peter. I couldn't believe what.
Peter. I couldn't believe what I heard.
You were listening?
Yeah, like your thoughts, I wouldn't. I'm glad I did. Peter, no, this isn't right.
It's the truth, Aunt May.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
You continue. Irene.
No, it isn't. I know it is. Yeah, like you thought I wouldn't, and I'm glad I did. Peter, no, this isn't right.
It's the truth, Aunt May. It's the truth, Aunt May.
No, it isn't. I know this is mostly my fault.
It's not.
Hearing you say all of that to Gwen, it was like my words came back to bite me, Peter. This is not what I wanted. It's not what your Uncle Ben wanted. You have to believe in yourself. When your Uncle Ben was killed, I decided that everything looked good in the world died with him, and I just decided to lock myself up in this house with my memories. I thought I needed to protect you from all the ugliness out there, but I cannot let you shut the world out like I have. Your Uncle Ben loved life and he embraced it with all of his heart. I won't let you do anything less with your life. You owe it to yourself to get back out there and give it your all. And even if you fail, you still win.
But what if what I do hurts you?
The only way you can hurt me is by burying yourself, that by depriving the world of all your special gifts. I'd rather go to my grave this minute than see you give up. Peter Parker, if you really love me, if you really love your Uncle Ben, then you'll go out there and give it your all in everything you choose to do. That's how we raised you. Nothing else matters.
I promise I won't let the two of you down.
Well, you can start by going out to Gwen. She made some of the pretty special stuff herself. Reminds me of a certain a silver-haired beauty that I know.
Yeah, I know. To Gwen, thanks for believing in me. I just wanted to tell you that.
Well, I'm glad you didn't tell me over the phone.
I had to take care of some things, but I'll be back soon.
I'll see you soon, Mr. P.
You breaking and entering into crime, Walkwall. I brought it up. What do you want? Everything of you says you're a better man. Maybe we can help each other. I'm not used to making deals with men and mats, but let's hear what you have to say. A question, actually. If someone had plans to run the city's underworld, what would that mean to you? What? That they plan to have unhappy road with Silverman. Do you know if Silverman brought its coin? He's got tons of buildings all over town, but none that we can pinpoint at his base of operations. And I guess I'll have to find him the hard way. Wait! I have a few dozen questions to ask you. Another time, Dad. I'm not very one for public speaking. But when I have more on Silverman, I'll be in touch. But, Dr. Connors!
Well, Parker, when Dr. Ron called me and said he was sending you over, I already made sure our assurance was up to date. So I can safely say it's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too, Doctor. And you, Dr. Morpheus.
Parker. So how can I help you, Parker?
I was told by Dr. Warren that you had access to some equipment that I needed for an experiment I've been working on.
Yes. Well, our connection to Oscorp means we get a surplus of supplies. I'm sure we can spare a few odds and ends or some young scientists and then keep up streaks. Okay. You're not building something dangerous, are you? I don't think Oscar will run anything critical for the wrong reasons.
No, all with the best of intentions.
Come on, I'll set you up.
Twen?
Let me see where it is.
Do I get so much Twen again?
I'll see you soon, Mr. P.
No.
I'm looking for it.
Come on, Pete.
Come on, Pete.
20. I don't even have 2 left feet. I have hoods.
I think I could get you on the right track.
Mary Jane?
Whoa, Tiger, you can move.
It's just on the pad and the mouth burn cool rubbing off. I could sell the bottles.
You're going to need every bit of it to hold on to me. I think you picked this up pretty quick.
All I needed was the dudes dancing on the floor. The rest was easy.
Just don't let my dad see us having too much fun, group. He'll want to charge us admission next time.
Hey, Twen, it killed me to have to put a part on this, but Harry, that's your bathroom.
Down the hall. And don't skimp on the air freshener when you're done.
Hilarious. Yes, Staten. You didn't expect the it's so dope that meant the night. I'll be there myself to inspect the contents. I'll talk to you later. Good morning, Mr. Man Freddy. I'll be there tonight to look over the goods and the buffet spread won't bring around to my plate table. Do you order at the Tootin for that mouth? Irene, your Twen.
What could be taking Peter so long?
Those three blizzards can rip right through you. And P had two of them. Right at the guy in that skin for all of that food.
Continue, Irene.
Well, you got a motor if we want to get to the movies on time, so Mr. P's gonna have to pop some Pepto-Bismol. Which way is the bathroom, Harry?
My, look what wandered into my power.
I was looking for Peter Parker.
Really? Well, Parker, nice to see you again.
What happened? Did you get lost in here?
It was at the lovely place. I was spending a moving in, Mr. Osborne. What's the going rate on a
Show.
parade your bath? I think we did work something out. And who's your friend? Oh, Mr. Osborne, Spitted's twin. Twin? Twin doing? Hey, we better get running if we're going to make that movie, Twenty. Now, Parker, you be told to stay out of trouble. Well, Uncle Ben, I didn't try to use for your imagine for it straight about, but I'm told you would approve.
You looked over the goods. I take it you're satisfied?
Really?
And now about the future arrangements.
Arrangements?
Yeah, for the subsequent shipments.
Oh, votes.
Of course. How you tend to pay for them?
Oh, well, I figured I'd pay in a lump sum.
Stacy, how you know this was the place?
Oh, I had a little bug dropped in my ear. Bots, the cop thought, we gotta get you out of here. Howdy, I'm here to restore Superman. That's insane. But don't worry, Gramps. Every birthday, it's bingo night.
So it would appear that our green skinned friend failed to dispose of you, like she said. And this is why I never trust a man in mask. Gentlemen, turn this insect on the green government as well.
With Puerto. Wouldn't want you to overexert yourself running pops.
I'm standing by his thing in a second. Oh, crush it.
Hey, both of my favorite ribs, you're Watson. A late rock, though, candidate if I ever saw one. I don't know what's more impressive, your chaotic skills or the fact that you can find a married suit in kitty. You'll be rapping out of the other side and you're mad when I'm done with you, bud-eyes. Sorry to disappoint you. A cow will poke, but you'll have the terrible title of rodeo clown. Bravo! Not at style that I would have handled them. But you get a point for neatness. Too bad you won't be walking home with the real prize. And what's that? Your wife! But don't worry, I'll tell dear Auntie May you were a good soldier just before I tossed her into her own oven. Oh, and that little blondie cutie you bow around with. Well, what the date is gonna be watching a little funny when I'm done with her. No, when I'm done with you, you're gonna get that match that to look pretendable. Damn boy, now it's spanking, baby. I guess you're not patting your trick gaps today, huh, Garvey? I don't need it to handle you. What happened to Spiderman?
He's playing with the other grass. He's playing with the other kid's green shoe. They'll blow up the place. Let's hope they both up with it. They both go up with it.
What a beautiful way to die, Spider-Man. You'll forgive me if I don't play it out in time. What's in this body with a bang? You're looking a little shaky, Goblin. Maybe you could take a load off. Who are you? You gotta be joking. Where am I? We gotta get it out of here. No spider things. He's not bacon.
No way anything is still alive in that inferno.
I believe it's meant to use an ambulance. Norman Osborn. What was he doing in there? Must have been in hostage. Osborn will have an interesting story to tell when he wakes up. What about the one you were fighting? The Green Goblin? He died in the fire. I couldn't save him and Osborn both. But what about? You didn't read all about it in the paper, Stab. We spiders need our beauty guts. You don't want to see me with bags under my eyes, do you? No, I guess not. Do you want Cap? Yeah, I'm sure I will. Hey, Twen? Oh, Twen.
Yeah. Pete.
Hey, guys. How's your dad?
He's got amnesia. He can't remember anything from the past 6 months. But the most important thing is he's got to be okay.
Everything?
Can you believe it, Pete? Spider-Man saved Harry Dad's life. My dad thinks Silvermane and the Green Goblin were trying to extort money or secrets from Harry's dad.
Spider-Man really is a hero.
Yeah, I guess maybe he is. Twen? Twen?
Let me see. Yeah, but he's no Peter Parker.
Harry,
Hey, your power asking for you.
Pete, come with me. Is it okay?
It's not party, but okay. Okay. Harry. It's right I haven't seen you in years.
Same here, Dad. Dad, you probably won't remember him, but this is my best bud, Peter Parker.
Peter, good to meet you. Good to meet you too, sir. Aunt May?
Nice to see you two, but isn't it a little late for school night?
Keep going.
I know, Aunt May. That's why I figured I better make sure Peter got home safely. Peter, you look exhausted.
I've been doing a lot of running around. Aunt May? Aunt May?
That's fine, but not too much, dear. You're still a delicate young man.
Donna, what is this? The cold, hot truth. Silverman, Dr. Norman Osborn Tatum at Stoughton Plot involving Spider-Man. Are you kidding? It was Bill George. He tipped it off. Yeah, companion, isn't it? It's Ethan Wade with Silverman and that Green Goblin nut. And he could even get rid of his partner and have Osborn in his pocket too. Too bad for him and the fight starts and he had to bail. So he figured he can save himself by looking like he saved Osborn. I mean, in really, George, you couldn't see what was happening in that building. No, neither did you. But I've seen Spider-Man up close. You've seen a man in a mask, but the day is gonna come and we rip it off of him. And you know what? What will see? My butts and dimpled grin. You! Clever response, they better brain underneath that path of crab grass you call hell. Get out of my window, you freak! And you only it's a doll. My brother asked for stuff. Hey, don't dump that slut in my off. And that you don't will it again. Right out the good people of New York, 60 minutes or no or throw a beach. Use that time well, Cap. But all others with great power. Well, or done with great power. But I'll always be true to my trust. I'll always live up to this oath. With great power comes great responsibility. And there will be only one amazing Spider-Man. We end. Finally.
That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed being Spider-Man.
Ending scene. Second, hold on.
We'll be back on Thursday night with another great screenplay. But for now, here's the ending to The Amazing Spider-Man. Enjoy!
By the way, I'm gonna host afterwards. Hit it over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna need prepared, and I know you have to be involved with that. I might not even prepare any of my games for you. Oh, here you go, folks.
And now, folks, here's the ending.
Yeehaw!